The birds are singing. It's like a summer's day. And I'm in isolation. I've got to think myself very lucky. Because there's people out there on the front line trying to save lives and keep the country running. We're just doing what we're supposed to be doing, isolating to give everyone a chance instead of it all happening at once. And I don't know what the future is. Impossible to say. But it's like moments like this that you reflect in it and you think. And I had an email this morning, or a message, whatever you call it, from a guy in California, a police officer. And he's on my Patreon site, and he sent me a 16-second video. His name is Max, and his little cocker is Al Capone. And he says he watches all my videos, and he's on Patreon, and it's giving him an understanding how to get the gameplay into the dog, the fun element. And when I watched the video, I thought to myself, isn't that fantastic? 16 seconds of perfection. And then I read what he said. And what he said, I'm a policeman, and in these troubled times, it's my switch off time. And doesn't it bring it back to reality, life, when someone sends you a message like that? There's people out there devastated, they've lost loved ones, and we're being asked to sit inside and isolate, and there's people moaning about it, saying, oh, this is terrible, I want to get back out. Get real, people. Think about the people who've lost their lives. Think about the people out there who are absolutely devastated, have not even been able to see their loved ones buried or go and see them, the last things they said in hospital. Think about the guys out there fighting on that front line for us, the doctors, the nurses, the cleaners, the national health workers, the policemen, the social workers, the healthcare workers, the people helping elderly, all putting their lives on the line. And we've been told to sit inside and give the national health a chance, so it doesn't happen in a massive scale. It's going to be bad enough as it is, everyone. And then we look back and think, well, I look back and think, well, aren't I so lucky? I've got a 6-acre field here, not my field, but he's let me train in it for 15 years. Like I said, they're building houses on here, and we'll have to move. But I live for the moment. You have to live for the moment sometimes. You can't be dwelling too much about the future. We don't know what the future is going to be like, when we're going to be back to normal, or if we're ever going to be back to normal. We don't know. I don't want to do any scaremongering, but these guys, like I said to Max, they live in the moment. They have no idea what's going on in the world. They haven't got the capacity for that. And that's a self-leveler for us, isn't it? To get out with our dogs. And I don't think people realise that how much joy these guys bring to us. The people who haven't got them, or the people who criticise, they don't know how much joy and how much we love nature and how much we love getting out with our dogs every day. Hey, you, come here. Trust you to find that. Come on, then. Puppies, see? Don't want the puppy eating that. And they'll find it. It's like an absolute summer's day today. It's been a bit mixed here. 1 minute it's been cold but sunny. But today, the dogs are panting. It's that warm. The breeze is beautiful coming up from up south. And standing in the field here like this, you wouldn't think the world is in turmoil, would you? But it brings back to reality what life is really about. And I've always said, if I died tomorrow, I've had a happy life. I've had a life that I have made the best out of for what I can get. Not the richest guy in the world, no way ever it will be. But richness comes in what? Health, Have you got your health? Have you been able to do the things you wanted to do within reason? And it's like the buds of this thing, innit? The field was cut just before the shooting season. Everything's just starting to grow now, look. Everything's just starting to grow. This was hacked right back, but they missed it with the tractor, look. It skimmed it, look. And yet it survived. Just out of the ground, it survived. And that's exactly what happens with life, innit? Life goes on. No matter what happens to us, life goes on. And I think it's a time to reflect, isn't it? That how lucky we really are, really. I've been watching that Peaky Blinders. I've never watched any of them. Loads of people told me it's a good program. I started watching it, and it just shows 1900, 100 years ago. 100 years ago, how life was 100 years ago compared to now. And I come from the Midlands. I come from a rough area in the Midlands. And to live down here in sunny Cornwall and have my dogs, and these guys have changed my life. They also gave me a purpose in life. They've supplied a income for me, as well as a massive enjoyment. And that's the problem with my game as a professional. It does create jealousy, and I get some people come to me and they stay with me forever. Well, when I say forever, I've got people who've been to me the first day they came to me, they still keep in touch. They become friends. And you get some people come to you every week or every other week, and you get them to a certain level, and then they don't come back again for lessons every week. That's part and parcel of life.